What's up? Welcome to Sideline Shenanigans, episode 7. We're back post-mortem on the Super Bowl to stomp on Cole's grave.
Welcome back. We made it. It was a tough week coping there, but
Yeah, how you feeling, buddy?
feeling good. The first pod we ever did, I said Super Bowl appearance.
Right.
That's what we need. I'm feeling good, but
You
it's a
called
tough
it.
week. It was a tough week.
Yeah, all good. We'll get into that and more. Welcome back. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe. We want to be your landing spot for the off-season content. We're going to be doing
A lot to
rankings,
talk about this off season.
lots to say, rankings, division questions, draft. We're here for you. Um, you
Might get
know
a
who?
little NBA in there, maybe.
Maybe.
A little Celtics.
The playoffs only.
But yeah, yeah.
Well, we're here for you, but you know who was not here for Drake May was the Patriots O-Line. So, how you feeling, Cole?
I looked up something today. Pat's O-line, tough, tough go there.
Tough
A lot
go.
of people looking to explode the line, blow it up. Will Campbell lose his left tackle, all this stuff, right? That is the first time in NFL history a team has had two rookies starting on their O-line. Just never happened. So today
Wow.
I'm going, okay, I got Drake May, 23. I got Jared Wilson, left guard,
Go
22.
dogs.
And I got Will Campbell, left tackle, 22. That's three guys, right? We're not paying any of them. That's the left side of our line of Drake. It's great today, right? Moving forward. Oh, it's great, right? One of Colin's biggest takes, the herd, is if your plan is to solve your line through the draft, like it's not happening. It
Yeah.
doesn't get fixed. You draft guys to develop them. And I think it's fine now. It's great today. Looking forward, optimism is high. When you run into the Legion of Boom in the Super Bowl in the middle of your rebuild, right? You get a little exposed. And I think that is what happened. I'm not going to overreact to it too much. I mean, I'll be the first to say like Drake didn't really have a shot out there. It looks a
Yeah.
lot like Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl, where it's just like a quarterback running for his life. But he needed to be better. He still missed some stuff. But yeah, I mean the Super Bowl blame has to go on the O-line. At the same time, I think, okay, next year we have no rookies. Like you do have to develop. You draft guys to develop them. You don't expect to be. I mean, we overachieved so much that then they were put in a tough spot there. And Will Campbell had that injury, but I mean, you still got to have a good offseason. There's still, it's not okay behind us, whatever. We still be in the same spot we were with the Super Bowl ring if they had played better and didn't totally go invisible. But I'm feeling good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think that's all true. I had no idea it's the first time two rookies ever on an O-line. That does make sense.
And it's the left side, and one of them was
Yeah.
hurt. It was like, it just,
That's
yeah,
the perfect storm against the only complete team in football this year. I really think Seattle was maybe a touchdown better than everybody. You
I would
know,
agree.
the Rams, their offense is definitely better than Seattle's offense, but their special teams is a disaster. Their secondary is a disaster. And those are two major flaws, and I still think that's the second best team of the year. It just felt like no team was complete besides Seattle. The script could have gone a million different ways, and I think Seattle's still hosting the Lombardi.
Totally, I agree. I think we lose that game 10 out of 10 times, which is why, I mean, after the first half, it was kind of like, man, all right, we got house money. Like,
Yeah.
let's let it rip. And we did a little bit, but
I would have
not even
liked to
close.
see you guys let it rip a little sooner. I know there's been some criticism on McDaniel and Vrabel. What's your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say let it rip sooner. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. Like, we were
Yeah.
so alive. Um, and I think it's hard. We couldn't let it rip. You have to stay in the pocket for a second and a half
Yeah.
without moving your feet or having to check your blind side. Like, I don't know how possible it was. Easy to say, let it rip. And you kind of see what happens. Drake made the two best throws of the game. We get the ball back, and then he kind of was still in that mindset just through like the worst pick of his season. So it does. When you're letting it rip in the Super Bowl against that defense, you can't have to let it rip for a whole half and like,
Yeah, you got those high ceiling throws that he made, beautiful balls, but then you get that mind boggling interception. It felt like, when you're getting hit like that, it is hard to just play.
I think he was expecting the receiver to like pull up and sit, and he kept going. So it looked so atrocious. I do think it was just a miscomm on the play there.
That makes sense. Yeah, I do think Josh McDaniels could have scripted a few things to make it a little easier. Like,
I
you
would have
have.
liked to see more Drake runs, like
Yeah.
design Drake runs there, because if you can't be in the pocket, get him out there. And Mondre and Henderson were pretty invisible. So
I would have liked to see some trickery, honestly, and also just basic stuff. I felt like you abandoned the screen passes in the short pass game after the first quarter. Even though it was only 3-0, it didn't feel like 3-0. And then when it was 9-0, it didn't feel like just a touchdown and a half game. Like, it felt big. So I think that might have shook the team, honestly.
kind of how I started feeling. I remember last year you were like, there was one play in the Super Bowl where it was like, that's our Mahomes got the ball back, and that was our chance.
And
And
we
they
went
went three and out. And you're
And
like,
that's,
oh, it's different today.
yeah.
That's kind of starting the second quarter. That's how I felt. I was like, oh, this offense is different today. Like, and it starts with the line, 100%. But
I do think you're right. The Patriots did somewhat overachieve. I'm not going to say they're frauds because you play the bracket you get. I
I
think,
don't think there's ever been a fraudulent 17-win team. But
yeah, I do think football is luck. Football is taking advantage of your situation. I think the Patriots picked the right year to really make a run in the AFC. You know, I mean, like, there wasn't a lot of juggernaut teams, and they made the best of that situation. So that's why I won't say they're frauds, because I just think football in general is making the best of your situation and a little bit of luck.
I mean, I don't think anyone is saying. It's like what I heard all year is you guys are a year away. Like, you're cute now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what I heard. And then, it's like, yes, that is a reality too. Like, yeah, the position we're in with 13 picks in the draft and the amount of roster space we have and availability money-wise, like, yeah, it makes sense. We're going to have a much better roster this year.
Absolutely.
So it does make sense. And I think AFC is weak. It is what it is. Too many good quarterbacks not even getting close to the playoffs. I thought, I mean, not to, I thought your Chiefs, you guys had 7 wins. You guys were a 6-win team this year. Like,
Yeah, 6-win team.
same with Lamar missing, Burrow missing. It's like, it
I,
just,
I do think Josh Allen is probably going to look back and be like, yeah, that was my chance. I think the Broncos with the Bo Nix injury are probably going to look back and think, damn, we could have been in the Super Bowl. But again, like, I'm not killing the Patriots. I think the bracket fell in a way that was advantageous to you, and then you took advantage of that, which is what good teams do.
exactly. And those games, like, we can talk about stats or whatever you want, but like, we were playing those specific games. We weren't trying to score 30 points.
Yes.
That's what this narrative is blown up. And like, the idea was a bad run. It was the most impressive quarterback performance against the Texans of this season. So like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to look at it at all in a negative light. The Super Bowl, I look at in a negative light. Like, we didn't do enough. The playoff run, like, yeah, cry me a river, everyone
Well,
else.
you
know what I
mentioned you mentioned this, but this is the second year in a row we've seen the AFC team with the better quarterback get blown out by the NFC team with a better roster. Is this a trend?
Demolished. Absolutely. I think NFC teams, it's can you rush for and win? That's why I think AFC teams do need to just spend on defense. You have to have a superhero quarterback and you have to have nothing around him and you have to spend on defense. I mean,
I like it. I like it a lot.
I think that's what it is. And you look at I mean, O-line is important. Spend on O-line, I think. I
Spend
think
on
that's
the trenches and spend on your QB.
I mean, the recipe against Seattle was top 5 O-line and 2 elite receivers and a good quarterback. Like, that's the only team that could stay with them. Is you need that top 5 O-line to compete against one of these NFC juggernaut defenses, and then you need guys who can get open. I mean, there were some clips I've seen since the Super Bowl where Drake May could have had guys if he had just found them. You know what I mean? But
this
few
is-
times, like that happens every
Yeah,
game. You can pick apart.
This is also what I felt about Pat last year. Once you're getting hit like that, you're just not going to be the best version of yourself. You're truly going to be a shell of yourself. These are big boy linebackers and linemen hitting you. Like, you're
Yeah.
not going to go through the reads. You're not going to trust your line. You're not going to trust your team. You're going to feel scared.
And I think we do. Like, I am going forward, we're in one of the best positions with our O-line, I think, in the league. Like, you can hate on Will Campbell. We'll see. Maybe he is what he is after the injury, but I bet he'll bounce back and be healthy. And one other thing on our O-line, just to Nick Wright, our boy, our favorite, one of his favorite things to do is we go, oh yeah, Drake May was the best deep ball passer of the season. And he goes, yeah, that's true. But it was really only in the first 2 months and change of the season. Then he went cold. The game Will Campbell gets injured for the rest of the regular season, Drake May's deep ball numbers changed drastically. Like,
That's
May
Yeah.
is capable of being the best quarterback in the league with Will Campbell as his tackle, healthy. Like that's what the first 12 weeks of the season proved to me. So I'm not ready to blow that up or panic yet at that
I'm
spot.
not ready to blow it up either. I do think if this is a continued performance thing, it's an evaluation, but you
Totally.
can't go off of playing the best defenses in the playoffs and then change your entire line. What I will counter what you said, I don't think you're in one of the best O-line situations, but I think you have some of the highest potential because of the youth. So does that make sense? Like I'm not going to rate your line as one of the best lines going to next year. Like that's always going to be like,
Exactly.
the classics, the Eagles, the Bills, they have the best O lines.
And maybe that brings us a little bit to our Pat's needs. Go
Yes,
there
so
first.
Cole, you're Robert Kraft's new GM. What are your 5 to-do lists right now as you approach this offseason?
Let's look at the line first.
Yeah.
I like Will Campbell. I like Jared Wilson on the
Go
left.
dogs.
Go Dogs. Bradbury is center. I think he's 30 years old. I don't hate him. I want a little depth there. Oh,
Jared Wilson was center at Georgia for 2.5 years, so I imagine you'll move him over eventually.
yes, there's talk of him eventually playing center, which would then we need a new left guard. Owenu has been overachieving like crazy. He was a sixth round pick like 7 years ago. We took him in like the late 600s. He's been overachieving. He's fine. Again, just depth there because the
Yeah.
farther to the right you get, we get older and older. And then Morgan Moses, 35. I don't know. I don't know if he has another year in him. He was amazing. His leadership, the way Vrabel was thanking him and being so made me be like he's done. So right tackle, I think, is our biggest need going into the off season. And I'd rather go veteran versus I don't want an entirely young line. You saw the first team ever to have two rookies got obliterated. So
Yeah.
some veteran presence, which is what Morgan Moses was providing, would be key. Then we got to go edge. All in on edge. I don't know if I want Max Crosby, right? Trey Hendrickson's maybe still in the like a lot of guys that have been floating around for a while that just are kind of
You want to
staying
go
put.
vet on the edge though, not drafted edge.
I think if we draft an edge, I'd want us to move up, which then I don't know what kind of capital we're getting rid of. We could go from 13 picks to like 8 picks real quick if we're moving into like the mid. I know
This is
it's
a good edge draft.
I know, but I don't know. You even saw like Abdul Carter, like supposed to be amazing. Like no, not good at all his rookie year, really. Like pretty awful. Bad vibes from him. Like
In Abdul Carr's defense, most people aren't passing against the Giants in the fourth quarter.
that's fair. That's fair. But we'll see. I don't know. I like edge. If it works out and there's good value there, fine, go edge in the draft. I'd be much more excited about our biggest free agent signing. Last year was Milton Williams, right? Pair
Yeah.
it with our biggest signing this year being an edge. Um, then we talk receiver. I think this is where make or break for the Pats GM this year. What do we do at receiver? We basically can get out of Stephon Diggs, who was unbelievable for Drake's May development, unbelievable for the vibes on our team this year. A major leadership reason we had the success we did. Got like 100 yards a game. His numbers are pretty out of this world for
Yeah.
his age coming off the ACL. But he's expensive next year. I'm
And
really torn.
who knows
I'm
if he'll
really
be
torn.
available.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, he's got his off the field stuff right now. The vibes I get on that is that it's gonna amount to nothing and they're gonna like settle outside of court is what some Boston news is reporting, but we'll see. I'd be more excited with I think a different kind of star coming in. A
Yeah.
younger star that can grow a little bit, maybe could get like a 4 or 5 year deal that's like legit, little less of a health risk. Maybe less leadership, but like we got Drake going forward. Drake
Is
at this, he's gonna be a big boy next year. Like
is
24
Pickens your
year old.
guy? Are you talking George Pickens?
I like Pickens a lot. Why I don't worry about Pickens is because we got Vrabel. Like
Yeah.
Vrabel is the. I mean, you should be worried as much about Diggs as Pickens. I think in terms of vibes and like. I like Pickens a lot. I don't know what kind of money he is right now. Like, is he top of the market at this
I
point?
mean, the rumor is they're franchise tagging him, so to get him, you'd have to pay more than the franchise tag, which is going to be above 30 million.
Yeah, which that's not bad. That's actually low end for a star receiver.
Yeah.
If there's any possibility, I guess my one caveat for going receiver over edge is if it's Justin Jefferson. sell the house for Justin Jefferson. I
Yeah.
think if we can have him going forward, if we get Justin Jefferson, I kind of think we'll be in the Super Bowl again next
I
year. I
just
don't really
don't think
know.
I just don't think he's their franchise player. I just don't think he's leaving Minnesota.
I think that's fair. I mean, I don't understand paying a receiver if you don't have somebody to throw it to him. I just don't get it. It's a waste of money to me, but
You
yeah,
know,
to go for it for Minnesota. Have another one of these years,
you know
fine.
what? While we're on Minnesota, let's finish up the Super Bowl talk with everyone's new All-American, Sam Darnold.
Ugh.
He he had no turnovers this playoffs. He was situationally excellent in the Super Bowl. I think his passer rating ended up around an 80, not a lot of yards, but he threw for a lot of crucial third downs. He had a few really good scrambles, and he took care of the football. He basically is like, I don't know, the best game manager in the game now. Like, what do we do with Sam Darnold? Where are you ranking him?
I think Sam Darnold going forward. I mean, I think it can go either way in terms of his like level of greatness moving forward. I I can't. I don't I like the wins. I mean, top 10, 10-ish?
Yeah,
9 or 10? I
I
think
mean,
it's gotta be. I
oh,
worry. I look at him like a little Russell Wilson to compare him. Went to back-to-back Super Bowls with the Legion of Boom and Pete Carroll, a defensive-minded head coach who was just a killer,
yeah,
right? Had one of the worst chokes in Super Bowl history in that second one, but a dominant win. Looked like Russell Wilson was. I mean, the money Denver gave him was like I could see that being Sam Darnold, a like 2 year stint with the best defense in football where you're on top of the league, and then I could see them moving off of him before it's like at the right time and some other team just getting fucked. Some kind of like Geno Smith to the
yeah.
like
Well, one thing about Sam Darnold, referencing Colin Cowherd again, he pulled up like Brady's numbers his first Super Bowl, and basically Brady's season and his Super Bowl performance itself are nearly identical to Sam Darnold, who also that first Super Bowl win the Patriots had a really dominant defense. Like, is Sam Darnold just knowing how he has to play to succeed in a situation? He wasn't trying to put the team on his back. He's like, nothing is happening against our defense. I just need to not fuck up and play excellent when needed to. Convert third
I will
downs.
say there was like three throws that were in Patriots receivers' hands. So he
Yeah.
got lucky, absolutely. And Patriots defense got a lot of credit. We didn't turn over Darnold. Like as much credit as people are giving them, I think we came up short in the end on defense. Let up over 20 points. One of them wasn't their the one touchdown wasn't their fault, obviously. Defense got it, but like I do think we missed a lot of sacks. We didn't have quite the pressure. And Darnold did put the ball in danger on
Oh,
multiple occasions in
but
that
what's
game.
interesting is he did it in the beginning and he stopped doing it. It's like he settled down and he
The
trusted
one, the
himself.
one to that was in the end. The one to Christian Gonzalez hands in the
Yeah.
end zone. That was in the second half. Like it was in danger a fair amount, but we never took advantage. I do think like I like Darnold. I think
Well,
Seahawks are extremely relevant going forward in
yes.
the NFC. Maybe the favorites. Like I don't think I'm super excited Stafford's coming back. Like as long as the Seahawks are there, I don't think the Rams really window is open unless they can get a better defense or I don't know what's going to change for them. Like the receiver's not getting better, your line's not getting better. Like maybe the defense will get better and be more
Yeah.
healthy, but
Well,
I don't know.
so Sam Darnold, let's take the AFC superhero quarterbacks out of it, like all the AFC quarterbacks. Where does Sam Darnold go in an NFC quarterback draft?
It's is he getting drafted with his defense
So
and JSN?
I'm taking Stafford over Darnold, obviously. I'm taking Caleb Williams over
For
Darnold.
that's for this year in a bubble, like not moving forward.
Moving forward, I'm
Oh no, you can't take Stafford's. He's got one season
okay.
left. Like you can't take him over Darnold. That's insane.
I
For
for
one
this
year over
for this
10?
next season, I'm taking
Okay,
Stafford.
okay, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, yeah,
I'm taking Williams over Stafford easily, and then it
yeah.
gets hard.
Well, you take Caleb over Stafford?
No, Caleb. Sorry, Caleb over Darnold.
Okay, yeah.
And then it gets hard. Who else are you taking over
For
Darnold?
this year, I don't think I'm taking Caleb over Darnold. I think Caleb can lose you games still. I don't think Darnold will do that at this point with the team around him. I think with the teams they currently have and their situations, Darnold is one, absolutely. Then Stafford, then Caleb to
Are you
me.
taking Jordan Love over Darnold in a bubble? talent-wise?
No,
Are you taking
not right now.
Are you taking Jalen Hurts over Darnold?
That depends on the defense you're drafting those guys with. With last year's Eagles defense, yeah, I would take Hurts, obviously. Like,
Talent per talent, are you taking Dak over Darnold?
it's so hard. You're right. These NFC quarterbacks, to compare them, it's like, what defense do they have? It's the guys aren't. They're not superheroes. It's not AFC quarterbacks. It's so different.
Stafford is a superhero, and Caleb can be one day.
Yeah.
Well, I just
Stafford was a superhero. If you're not versatile, you're not a superhero to me anymore.
I think if you win MVP, you're in the superhero category. I just think you are.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't view him like that. You can't be a superhero if you can't run the ball to me. In this league, it just doesn't make sense. But
you said it yourself that you think the Seahawks will stay relevant. I got next year's Super Bowl odds in front of me for the top 15 teams. Seattle, Rams, Ravens, Bills, Packers are the top 5.
oof.
I know.
What's your thoughts on that?
When is Vegas gonna quit the Ravens and the Bills like a bad ex? Like,
Literally.
it is like a toxic relationship between Vegas, Lamar, and Josh.
Is it toxic or does it make them $1 bajillion? You know what I mean? Like, wait, yeah, keep putting them one, of course. Like, that's just, you're guaranteed for the favorite to not win it. You know what I mean? Like,
And then right after the Packers is the Chargers, which I'm calling the Mike McDaniel boost. Then is the Eagles, the Lions, then the Chiefs, then the Patriots.
yeah, very disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. I think people are really overvaluing the Eagles in these rankings also. I think people are overvaluing the Packers. I'm not sure Micah's starting the year. That was a bad injury for a defensive end who uses his legs. I think people are also the Lions. I'm not sure if the Lions are going to be in that mix.
They weren't close.
They weren't close. And I think the Chiefs...
Where were the Chiefs on there?
The Chiefs are between the Lions and the Patriots, but all those teams are basically... Vegas is valuing the Lions, the Chiefs, and the Pats and the 49ers all the same. Like, only 50 apart. These are FanDuel. I agree with the list with Seattle and the Rams, and then I stop agreeing. You got 1-2 right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't really like that list at all. That's the thing though, it is weighted for them to make money, you know what I mean? So they don't necessarily want to put who they think first, I feel like, in some sense. It is an absolute game for them.
And then, something to note, the Bills are predicted to win your division. The Chargers are predicted to win the AFC West over the Broncos and the Chiefs. I think that's some money to be made right there in those two divisions.
Just, man, our easy schedule has gotten so blown out of proportions now. It is just like, I agree. It was way too easy. We were fucking nasty. Should have given us a harder one, but, like, we didn't lose to a bad team. I mean, now, moving forward, just as a fan, anytime your team, not even just you, but, like, anytime anybody loses to a bad team and we win that week, like, you are gonna get it. There is no more just like, okay, we lost to a bad team, bad week. It's like, Pats didn't do that, and our schedule was, at this point, half our teams we played through our playoff run were playoff teams. So it's
this just in, the NFL is hard, no matter your schedule.
Exactly.
I think the Bills are going to have a slump this year. I could see them missing the playoffs.
I don't understand how they're favored over us. I just feel like they were lucky they beat us once this season, and they weren't even competing for the division for the last, like, 5 weeks. It was decided.
And I think they just got worse at coach and worse on defense.
Rookie coach. We're going to eat them up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. We're going to finish this episode with a little look ahead to tease you guys about the draft. As you know, Fernando Mendoza is widely reported to be the number 1 pick, basically because he's the only quarterback in that class who can play quarterback. But it seems that there's a lot of reports coming out that scouts are somewhat divided on him. So this is what I got to say about Mendoza when I made my own scouting report. Tell me what you think. I think his pros are that he's very accurate. He's really good at the layered throws and the touch throws. For a college quarterback, his pre-snap and his IQ of, like, understanding the play, understanding the playbook, really high. High character, high leadership, very comfortable working through full field progressions and sitting in the pocket taking a hit. His red zone efficiency was crazy this year, and he's 6'5", 230. His cons are He's not super mobile or athletic. This is very specific. He's weak against front side blitzes, like A gap blitzes. He's not so good against those. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's very accurate, but not super strong, which leads to some inconsistent mechanics. To me, the biggest downside of Mendoza, though, is he's not super mobile. How are you valuing him?
So I watched some tape today on him. I think I think the quarterback conversation around prospects is not focused on the right thing anymore. I think the constant saying is it's a crapshoot. You never know. It's like, is it fully like I think there's too much focus on stats and talent and skill. And when I was watching the tape, I was like, these plays look good, but who is he playing? It's like the team he's on. I know Indiana's not historically like the best, so he did like
This was a loaded roster. This was a big
but exactly.
NIL roster.
And all these, there's just so many. I'm like, these schools I've never heard of are. Why are these on this highlight reel? Like, show me something against. I just don't think it's possible to know. I mean, look at
Yeah.
how much better Drake is than that class, and that class is pretty loaded. But like, Penix went in there 8. Like, I just think there's so many. You look at Zach Wilson, who went so early. You look at Trey
Yeah.
Lance. You
I
look
mean,
at
I'd rather have
Ben
Jackson
Dart.
Dart. Yeah.
Yeah, but Dart to me is still like. So basically, the conclusion I came to today is that we have to. I switched. I YouTubed Mendoza highlights. I watched for about 15 minutes, and then I went back and I searched Mendoza interviews. I want to see him talk. I
He's
want to
a-
see his. I want to see
He's
his.
great.
Oh yes, exactly right. And one thing I will say that I really enjoy about Drake May and Caleb Williams both coming in is at the like at the stand, Drake says, they asked him, what do you want to do? I want to go back to the beginning of that game. He's so raw. He says what he wants. Like, it's so just like, man, I want to do it over. Yeah, it's hard, coach. It's hard out there when the wind was
Oh,
coming at him in the fourth quarter of the Broncos game and he couldn't see a thing. And you know what I mean? Like, it's not performed. There's no aura farming. It's not Russell Wilson. It's not to me Zach Wilson. It's not to me Jackson Dart aura farms to me.
yeah.
He looks like he was the most popular guy in high school, and I hate that. It's part of the reason like I don't think Dart's gonna have a super long career or super long term success. It's just he's playing this part to me too much. And Mendoza, I did not get that at all. A couple quotes I want to share that he said. She was, oh, did you dream of winning the Heisman? And he went, no, I dreamed of starting a football game. Like, yes, it's so real. It's that, no, I dreamed of being a quarterback. And, he went on to say, like, the Heisman's great. I want to win. Like, championship, I will take
Yeah.
10 out of 10 times over that, which you'd expect him to say. But he just seems like a real guy with grit who just answers your question with what he's feeling. There's not any fake intensity or fake drama behind him. So, with that, like, yes, I think you can develop him. I think Drake May wasn't the most talented coming out of that draft, but he has a great head on his shoulders. You can develop him. Jalen Hurts has been doubted since coming out of that draft. The head on that guy is insane. Like,
Yeah.
I think, and he's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's the most successful guy in the league besides Patrick Mahomes right now in terms of, like, end goal success. I think that has to be talked about equally or as much when we talk about NFL prospects. Because you can look at their talent, but halftime it doesn't translate. Look at Caleb Williams' first year. Like, you do need a situation. You need a good head. It's hard when you first get out there. Drake May, you win 3 games your first year. How do you bounce back? Like, Dart, we're going to see it. Does he bounce back in the same way after these horrible losses? So I am in on Mendoza. I
Yeah.
think, fuck his tape. I like Mendoza. I think he has the grit and the mentality to succeed in this league.
I agree with everything you said. I think high character, great leader. Going to the tape a little bit though, the one thing that can translate and is also hard to learn is accuracy. And he's just innately accurate and he's really good to touch throws. So I think he gives you the intangibles and he gives you an accuracy that you can build off of and help develop the other things because that is the most important thing if he's going to be a true pocket passer. He needs to be really accurate. I've heard
100%. I
yeah.
totally agree. And you look at the one thing you said about the powerful arm, like Herbert's got a powerful arm. Look where it's got him. I'd much rather the touch throws, the accuracy, the the little English on it. You know what I mean? You don't need to have a cannon to be successful. I think that can be
100%.
overrated a little bit.
The comps I've been seeing are Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, and Daniel Jones, but I'm gonna give another one. I think his ceiling's Burrow.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Burrow.
May's comp was Daniel Jones,
Well,
so
they
it's
throw
not
him
the
out
worst
there.
thing. It's not the worst thing. Yeah,
No, they just throw Daniel Jones out there. I just think
I know.
Burrow, not super strong arm, but really accurate, good leader, national championship, Heisman, a lot of parallels. So I don't know. I'm all in on Mendoza, and as a Chiefs fan, I mean, I hate that the Raiders are getting him. Genuinely, like I think
Totally.
he could be a culture change.
We'll see how fast that turnaround is, but absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that starts off our little off-season content. Stay with us, because we're going to be giving you more and more and more. We want to keep you guys engaged in the NFL world this long 7 months, 8 months, however the fuck this is.
And get hype. Off season, the best season for the Chiefs, right? That's what we know, right?
True, number 9 pick right here.
Let's go.
Okay, Sideline Shenanigans. Give us a follow, like, rate, subscribe. Peace out.
Thanks for watching.